Yeah, so this is kind of the best you've got when it comes to getting to the end of this floor from the start. That shortcut plus this shortcut. But to be fair, this shortcut does take you very close to the end. I revived Akihiko just so that he could get with Yomi return, just so he could get the experience in the fight, and he went down again anyway. Okay, now you have Eiga. Okay, I guess I can get rid of Headbutt. Okay, Muturi is next. There is a funny thing about Muturi that I will explain once a certain somebody ends up learning that. Well, a certain somebody ends up learning something even better than that, and may or may not be the only person who learns the better version of that skill. Unfortunately, Aegis is not here, so we can't translate doggish. Yeah, exactly, Yukari. Oh, okay, well, at least, yeah, you've got Aegis' ability to translate dog. It kind of sounds a bit like C-3PO in Star Wars. It's apparently meant to be like a language interpreter, but that's not really used that much, aside from him saying silly things to, you know, Jabba's, guards. Yeah, this is an extremely locked door. Extremely locked door. Yeah, actually sounds a lot like what happened to Beta in Sonic Adventure 1. In other words, through that door is the wrong room. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. Power, knowledge, and adaptation. This is the branching points. Thankfully, well, not so much thankfully, because I guess it deprives you of some fun, but this branch point is entirely cutscenes. It is not gameplay. It would have been kind of cool if it was gameplay, though. So now it's time to find out which of us fit these three categories. It is a really cool way to do a crossover with the parties of multiple games. It is one of the standout moments of this game's story to a lot of people, and I do agree with that. Ugh, yeah, don't remind me, I did some job interviews recently. I mean, it's not safe for humans to go into any of the three labyrinths, so, and we've been through a lot of them so far, so we'll probably be fine. Yeah, I think FemC does have some funny dialogue in the exam study sessions with the rest of Cs. Yeah, it's kind of nice to see FemC taking charge. So, we have to split into three groups here. The choice here is more which group you choose to follow. And that's the only one you get to see, but all three of them do canonically happen, just with Joker not there to witness the other two that you don't pick. I mean, Shinjiro's definitely going to be on Team Power, though, let's be real. Like Kanji 2, I kind of feel like Junpei's more for the adaptation than Power, though. Teddy, you're not you're really not on the team power. Okay, volunteering Chie for team power, though, that fits. Okay, yeah, that works too. Mitsuru being on knowledge is good as well. I mean, yeah, but granted, I feel like Morgana's probably more adaptation. And yeah, I love the fact that Yosuke probably goes into... Yeah, Naoto's another obvious pick for knowledge. But I like the acknowledgement of Yosuke being on Team Knowledge as well, because, like, of all the bro characters, I do feel like Yosuke is the most, like, conventionally intelligent. Plus, he actually does do a lot of the deductions of the investigation team before Naoto joins. Yeah. This is kind of like the catch-all thing, but, for, like, the people who aren't obviously one of the other two groups. But, I believe Adaptation is the one that I chose on, like, my first, like, playthrough, just because it seemed just the most interesting to me. Yeah, and Arn too. Arn works. Yeah, it's kind of weird, because technically, stat-wise, Haru would go to power, but, like... And I guess she does chop wood, so I feel like she could definitely justify being on power as well. Yeah, Ken being on Adaptation and Koromaru too makes sense. It's kind of like more like the agility / luck branch when if we're talking stats. And yeah, or dexterity. And, you know, Yukari's definitely, you know, very dexterous being an archer. Yeah, your stats are probably all just perfectly the same. Yeah, you'll need to come with one group, so she'll go wherever Joker goes. Me eat you whole. So yeah, like, I do wish you had, like, some kind of, like, boss fight where each team, like, fought a different boss. But, like, that would be kind of debilitating to players who didn't train everybody, so I can understand why they wouldn't do that. Yeah, she acted like a leader at the very start of this scene, like I was saying. And yet, in Persona 3 Portable itself, be careful what you wish for, because I believe, like, because, like, Junpei is already jealous of, like, the protagonist out of his, like, early game arc, but, like, the fact that the leader's also a girl, as well, like, it actually kind of, like Yukari says things like, oh, you sad you got shown up by a girl, like, it kind of exacerbates that insecurity for him. But also, his social link with FemC is really wholesome, so it averages out. Okay, yeah, I'm glad I saved, because the branching choice is here. I am going to be showing all three of these. So, firstly, yeah, let's show off the power branch. I guess given the sheer variety of activities Joker does, he could reasonably fit any of the three.
Yoshi.
Okay, so in this case, Yu goes to knowledge and she goes to adaptation. Again, because of their social stats, any of these three could be in any of them. Though I feel like maybe Yu and FemC are a little less qualified for power because wait no, FemC does do a sports club.
Yosh.
And Yu does a sports club too. So yeah, I guess it works for all of them. Like, Joker doesn't do a sports club. He'll probably never do sports his entire life because of Kamoshida trauma, but he does go to the gym. And thus we don't have to argue about which category the navigators fall into, but I'd say Fuka Maybe Futaba knowledge, Fuka adaptability, Recess probably adaptability. I don't think any of them are power. And again, I mean this in the best possible way. I actually don't think Junpei's a great fit for power. I think he's actually more adaptability. Sadly, he's probably not knowledge. Oh boy, it's yep, it is, straight up calling it an exam. Carry 1 full ton to the specified location. Yeah, I had a feeling the consequences were death. Yeah, it's in multiple stages. I'm very glad the localization didn't change this to pounds. Because, like, kilograms and tons, metric system just always made so much more sense to me. If you want convincing, look up the power thresholds for low kick and grass knot in Japanese. All of the weight thresholds for, like, the power, different power levels of those moves are, like, nice round multiples of 10 in kilograms. And in pounds, they're all over the freaking place. I have no idea what metric system is. I mean, 40's like, again, I don't lift weights, so I don't really have a frame of reference. I know I've lifted the smallest category of weights. Yeah, let's not break, Ribbon this early into the dungeon. That's almost pie trips. Yeah, Teddy, you are not power. He only came here to try and impress Chie, and it's failing miserably. Oh boy, wow, yeah, we are less than like a third of the way there. Hi. Well, at least we're about a third of the timer. Maybe there could be another approach. Yosh, Kaze! Yeah, I feel so bad for them. Like, this must not be fun. You know, that's actually not a bad idea. Granted, do we even roll him with that much weight, though? Huh? Because he's a perv. Oh, actually, that's not a bad idea. Okay, which of us has been eating a lot of like theater snacks lately? Good too. The one time Akihiko's actually like bothered by the fact that he is in shape. I'd estimate that kanji's pretty heavy though. Yeah, thankfully Arn is not in this, otherwise this would be the perfect opportunity for you're gonna get fat jokes, I guess. Yeah, we're even over. Oh. Oh, right, we're over. Yeah, it has to be exact. Yeah, there's a thing about, like, female characters in Japanese fiction not wanting to reveal their weight, because that's the same thing with Sonic as well. Like, like a lot of Amy's bios just say weight secret. Have Teddy stripped down. I'm so tempted to say this. I feel like in a way this is like estimating how heavy everyone is, and I kind of feel like, yeah, 162 kilograms. Yeah, like for perspective, I am exactly 60. So, if any of us alone weighs 162, that's probably really bad. They're probably severely overweight. So, I just want to pick this because it's a joke. Wait, he's actually trying it? Oh, so that was actually the correct solution. That explains why his suit is so heavy. Oh, that's only 2 kilograms. That is not enough. So, no chance that two of us combined add up to exactly 160, is there? Oh, right, we can just push off 4 boxes. Okay, that's good. We're all good. We're all good. Now I'm just wondering, are there branches within branches that I have to show? Oh, that's going to be interesting. So what happens if we say have Kanji step off? Is the solution always Teddy? Okay, he's only 5 kilograms more than me. He is significantly younger though, so, and he's also like taller? Okay, it's always Teddy, right. I thought so. Yeah. Good to confirm that. It is called improvising and making do with what you have, and it's all just useful life skills, really. Yeah, loopholes, exactly. So I look forward to seeing what the loopholes in the other tests are, because I'm sure they've all got to have one. Okay, so now, let's see Team Knowledge. He seriously just said that, didn't he? I don't know why, it's like a meme only to me, but like a long time ago there was a video, but it's by the same channel who did the Fuka, like, voice song, and it's just a video where Yosuke just says, I'm more the advisor type, you know? I'm more the game character type, you know, and it basically just goes through replacing, like, advisor with other things, so so now I'm more the advisor type, you know, and I'm cool playing second banana, are like, just memes for me regarding Yosuke. Oh yeah, so Yu goes to power in that case. So in 2 out of 3, Kotone goes to adaptation. So yeah, as usual, the navigators are blocked, but this time, it is knowledge. Oh yeah, Futaba goes here because she's physically present in this dungeon, but like it's just Rise and Fuko who have to sit this out. I really like the fact that they acknowledge that Yosuke is smart. Like, that is cool. And it's not often that he gets that, especially in a spin-off. Well, maybe, you know, Persona 4 Arena. I still haven't actually played Yosuke's story in the first arena. I need to. And this one is literally an exam. If I'm remembering right. So yes, once again, just like power, failure means death. Well, Yosuke's still a little bit of a... you gotta have to hold it! A little bit of a butt monkey. But, like, Akechi, at this point, Akechi is like... Like, it would be so embarrassing if I, like, failed in my mission just because I got disintegrated after failing a multiple-choice quiz. You may reply in any order, but all answers must be written promptly. Okay. Ah, interesting. So even on Team Smart, there are different degrees of smart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have much of a, we don't really have much of, like, time to argue about this, but... Out of everybody, I do feel like I'm sorry, I do feel like, after I was praising Yosuke before, the game before for saying Yosuke's smart, I do feel like him and Morgana are probably the two least intelligent out of Team Smart, but that's still, like, you know, saying a lot. You are not allowed to cheat on this test with AI, even for an evil robot dictatorship. That would be a new low. Yeah, I definitely put Naoto towards the end of this quiz. Maybe Futaba as well, although I feel like Futaba would be the case where, like, she has a lot of knowledge about, like, academics and also games and stuff, but anything involving, like, social, like, related questions she'd probably be bad at. An idiom that contains 2 or more numbers in it. Huh. I am actually trying to think of this myself. I mean, you can't say putting 2 and 2 together, because that's 2 of the same number. 2 for the price of 1, maybe? Oh yeah, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Same thing. Oh yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad either. Uh-oh. Oh dear, we're on the spot. That one's probably, like, maybe makes more sense in Japanese, but this one works. Japanese has a lot of idioms, though, so they probably got a lot of mileage about that. Wait, the same number twice counts?
Yes.
Huh. Did I have heard that one before? I'm pretty sure that means, like, killed, but I guess given her knowledge of, like, that's a very, like, noir detective kind of thing, so given what she read growing up, she probably, yeah, like, that makes sense she'd know that. 100 to 1 shot. But I feel like it's more 1,000,000 to 1 shot, but anyway. I'm glad Akechi didn't use an idiom that involved murder. Oh, right. Okay, so some of us being not as smart as the others could backfire here. 7 metallic elements, gold, silver, and copper will not be accepted. Okay, well, I've got, like, lead was my first thought. Iron works too. Wait, no. I don't think lead's an element. Iron is definitely an element, though, because Fe on the periodic table, so it's like, it's the Fire Emblem element. In fact, it's why, like, yeah, why certain Fire Emblem games are codenamed as Iron in the game's, like, files. Oh, boy. Yeah, it does feel like it's like the moment that one person says iron, it's like, crap, that was my answer. Because iron was the first one that I went to. Whoa, boy, yeah, I have no idea what that is. I don't know what that is either! This is like, are you smarter than a 5th grader? But are you smarter than Akechi or Makoto? And for me, it's no. Oh, no, I know what tungsten is at least, but I forgot. I didn't know it was an element. I've heard of palladium. So yeah, it was really just Akechi and hers that were the thing. Oh, I know magnesium, yeah. It's just, that wouldn't have been my answer, though.
Hi.
Oh, platinum's an element? I didn't think it was an element.
Yosh.
Yeah, I feel like that one is probably, probably iron? Because I'm pretty sure iron's an element, right? Yeah, I don't know if, I think aluminium's an alloy, not an element, if I'm... Oh, it is an element, okay. Yeah, I'm glad we left the shopping-related one for him, but, like, why is... Am I wrong about iron? Yeah, it's atomic number 26, it is an element! Oh yeah, aluminium is an element, it's 13. Kind of fitting that Yosuke answers the element of the unlucky number. Sodium. I keep forgetting that sodium's a metal. Nobody said iron, really? That seemed the most obvious one to me. Maybe iron's less obvious in Japanese, I don't know. Oh. Is this gonna be one of these, one of them is always telling the truth and the other's always lying puzzles? Oh! But this, remember, this is from the perspective of this world. The answer that it wants is probably no. This is just like, the final palace in Persona 5 Royal. You've got to answer questions the way the palace ruler would think, not what you think is correct. Take a third option! Blow a hole in the wall and mark a star on it!
Hi.
Oh.
It is still really nerve-wracking, because it's like, wait, what if it's a trick question somehow?
行くぞ。
そうか。
Okay, it looks as though we succeeded in that case, but yeah. Makes sense they want to make sure that anybody who answers yes to that question dies. Okay, so this is what the power branch looks like if you didn't choose it. So I will see you next time for the adaptability path.
Oi.
So for the final path, adaptation. Well, yeah, that's definitely adapting.
よし
So yeah, you goes to power anytime you don't choose power, in which case he goes to knowledge, whereas I thought you'd go knowledge, so yeah, Femc is adaptability but secondary knowledge, and you is power secondary knowledge, which means knowledge is both of their second choice. And that means you never goes to adaptability and Femc never goes to power. I think that makes sense.
えーっと
And yes, blah blah blah, no navigation, blah. I think this one technically gives you, like, the most floor tile cover. Actually, no, power does as well. So this is the one that I chose on my first playthrough. Just because, like I said earlier, it seemed like the most interesting to me. But I wasn't expecting the test to be this. A balance beam. So, kind of athletics, yeah. And by that, they mean you will fall and burn in the lava. Slash molten metal, probably, but yeah. Which, as we all know, means death. Third time's the charm. Oh yeah, blast furnace.
はい
Yeah, they probably have some way of just dropping the rail and killing everyone.
うーん
I mean, Joker's the master of parkour. In a way, it does feel like canonically this is the one that makes most sense for him. But I can also see knowledge working. Don't really see power like working for him that much unless you're on a Persona 5 playthrough where you just go to the gym all the time.
っていうか
Yeah, robots don't really have, like, a sense of, like, self-preservation or fear, so this test is a lot harder for humans. Wait, hang on, doesn't that mean we all fail and die because one of us got over without everyone else? Like, Koromaru, you could have just killed everyone. Okay, well, hopefully the almighty AI monitoring this test considers that helping, and therefore doesn't consider that only one person did the task, and therefore you all die. Although I wonder about something.
よし
My 3D model slowly walks across the balance beam. I was wondering if Koromaru running across was like a clue that we should actually go on all fours. Like Yuko. Yeah, this does remind me of, like, there's, like, that carnival ride that's, like, not ride, like, sideshow attraction that's, like, that giant, like, net, and you need to keep your balance, like, very, very centered, like, otherwise the ladder will flip you over. But it is technically learnable, which is why the carnival owners have put, like, a disclaimer saying that, like, you're only allowed to win, like, once per day or something like that. Oh yeah, Haru does canonically do ballet. I like how everyone has their own method of doing this. Yep, she's already done it. Yukiko's mind works in extremely mysterious ways.
美しい
Again, Yusuke's ex Yukiko OTP, I guess. You got this.
あ
Show us that you are amazing even in a game where your gameplay kind of sucks. Oh. Oh no.
あ
I mean, if it works for him, it doesn't work for him, or it does. I mean, like I said, Yu-Gi-Oh got through it her own weird way. Makes sense that Yusuke would do the same thing. Because ship, I guess. I mean, he wouldn't have done that if he wasn't confident that it would work. I feel like he almost looked down there. I mean, honestly, Ken going, like, the child going first is probably gonna freak everyone else out enough to make them just fall, so just be careful here. Oh, it looks like they got across. I do like how everybody has their own, like, unique way of crossing this, but it also didn't really feel that much like a team effort like the other ones did. So yeah, the one that I picked on my first playthrough might actually be my least favorite of the three. Like, I actually really like the knowledge one. And the power one has a good twist at the end. Oh, there's another point. There's another section to it. I spoke too soon. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, now it's got to be a team effort. I totally spoke too soon. Yeah. Don't think, feel. Even though Chie's not here. Just take it calmly.
気をつけて
Don't freak out at the time limit. Or that will happen. Oh no. Which of these four people would... I mean, well, if one of them falls, we all die anyway, so it honestly doesn't really matter. It's not actually a which of these four people would you rather say. More of a which of these four people would you rather give a few more seconds of living. And I guess in terms of my biases, I'll go Yukari. Joker, you got a little something. A little something on you.
Yoshi.
And now Joker is basically pulling off knowledge, power, and adaptability at the same time, because he has to do this while carrying someone, and obviously while thinking really hard about the strategy for getting across. So in a way, this is the perfect finale. We get all three of them. Or Yusuke could just get off, because, yeah. Meanwhile, Koromaru barely did anything that time. At least, that we saw.
そうか
And, yeah, we've already seen what the other... Wait, no, we haven't seen what Femc looks like on Knowledge. So, let's show this one off.
OK
Yeah, Knowledge is the only one with, like,
おう
multiple variants of, like, the third scene.
うん
あ
What that means is that, like, no matter which you choose, you always get a unique version of knowledge. Because if Joker's there, you get the full version of knowledge. If you pick power, you get the U version of knowledge. And if you pick adaptability, you get the FemC version of knowledge. It's kind of funny how that works out. And now we're done! Again, I feel so bad for the people on Team Power. They really need to get back to the lobby and rest. I mean, you kind of got a breather for the end of knowledge, honestly, because the answer to that question was pretty easy. Yeah, I had a feeling she'd say something like this. It appears that you are all different, and yet you also are not killing each other constantly. Why is that? Yeah, be thankful that male Persona 3 MC hasn't joined yet, because then one of the leaders would get left out of being a leader. But what I'm more concerned with is the fact that I can finally 100% this floor and grab that chest. Granted, in this file, I'll show you my party after this. Which means right now. Yeah, that happened! I mean, I can just heal with Yukari. I have, like, Vanish Balls, and I have 3 Navigator Gauges, so I should be able to just Spotlight Vanish Ball my way out of any encounters on the way to the chest. Maybe. I can Spotlight Vanish Ball 3 encounters. Maximum. Can I get there in 3 encounters? At least we can mark the upstairs. But there we go. I think... Oh yeah, especially since the spotters have Actually, no, wait, no. I think it may actually be faster to go from here than to go back more. Yeah, that's 1 encounter. Oh, and I cut off the 100% map quote there. Okay. So yeah, from here, I take 1 step and that triggers the FOE. But it doesn't start chasing me until it's already a little away from me, so yeah. If I get insanely lucky, I might be able to get this chest before the encounter. And I did get insanely lucky, nice. So I get to save Navigator Gauge, and this is the Troubadour pin. Warrior Song, raise the attack power of 1 row of ally. I mean, speaking of saving Navigator Gauges, that means you can, you know, save on like, using, like, Orb of Power. But, like, once you have Mata Okaja, I feel like that's not, like, super useful. But, yes, we have completed the 3 trials, and so, next time, we enter the lab. One of the most brutal Crash Bandicoot levels, and will it also be a brutal level here? That is a great way to put it, Junpei. I'll probably fuse stuff next time. And will it be brutal here? Well, maybe not, because I am going to go on a grinding session. I think before we head to the next floor, I'm gonna grind to, like, at least 30 F1, maybe even 32, because the enemies in the next area are, like, 35. So, off-camera grinding time, and then I'll see you back here for some very important things that will be happening. We may or may not be reuniting with our final party members very soon.